Okay. This is quickly not going well.
Come out, Virginia, what you waiting for? What you waiting for? What you waiting for? Got your ball gown on and you lock the door, and you lock the door, and you lock the door.
Hello everyone, my name is Andrew. If you don't know me, you should subscribe and stick around for a while, but today I'm going to be doing a giant book haul, all of the books that I have gotten since like last November. There are a little over 20 books in this haul, so if I don't tell you exactly what all of them are about, I am sorry, but there are a lot to go through, and I know y'all don't want to hear me for like an hour. So I'm just gonna go through these. There's no order. I don't even know. They got mixed up when I moved them over here to do this haul, so let's just dive into the books that I have gotten. First book I see right here is Verity by Colleen Hoover. I read It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, and that was my first Coho book I've ever read, and I really enjoyed it, so I figured why not try out one of her other books. And I've heard a lot about Verity, especially from my coworker Catherine, well, my old coworker Catherine. She really did like this book, and I heard it has a little bit more of like a mystery thriller aspect than like just a romance book Colleen Hoover usually writes, so I'm interested in it. I don't typically like thrillers, but I was willing to give this one a shot, so we'll see. Let me know if you read it, because I know a lot of people do love this one. So I'm expecting good things. The next one I picked up, I want to read like this month. It is by John Green, called The Anthropocene Reviewed. If I said that wrong, also please don't correct me, because I didn't know how to say it, okay? I'm sorry. I heard him say it on his TikTok the other day and I've already forgotten. But anyway, this book is, I believe, an anthology of just essays written by John Green. It's also a signed edition, which is really cool. I love John Green. I've always loved his writing, even like The Fault in Our Stars and Looking for Alaska. Like, I genuinely think those were good books and that he's a great writer, so I'm excited to review these. I think he's like a very intelligent, like intellectual, like studious kind of person. I don't know, and I like that, so I know this one's gonna be pretty good, pretty enlightening, so I definitely want to get to this one soon. When I tell you this is all over the place, so after that John Green anthology, I also got Aristotle and Dante Discovered the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Saenz. I have heard a lot about this one. I believe it is just about two boys, Aristotle and Dante, and it's kind of like a coming of age, I think it's a romance. I could be wrong, but from the quotes I've seen on book Twitter and stuff like that, it really did pique my interest, and I think this one has a lot of feeling. Like, I'm gonna get emotional, and I'm excited about that. I want to cry. I hope it makes me cry. So that's this one. I know the second one just came out too, so if I like this one, I will be picking that one up for sure. So then for Christmas, I got this one, If We Were Villains by M.L. Rio, and I actually got this one from my friend Charlotte. She put, Merry Christmas, Andrew, from your Secret Santa. Me and my group chat do Secret Santa every year, so I love when we do that, and Charlotte had me this year. She was my Secret Santa, and she sent me this book off my wish list, which I've been wanting to read, If We Were Villains, for a while. It is a dark academia type of book, and I've just heard nothing but good reviews, so I wanted to definitely get it, and I'm so glad Charlotte sent it to me. This one also matches my outfit today. That's such a vibe. I feel like this book, the way that it is made and the way that it aesthetically looks, it's just a vibe. Like, it's its own vibe, so can't wait to get to If We Were Villains. I straight up already even stamped this one with my embosser. I really said this is my book. Yeah, that's that one. Oh, this one's kind of funny. So my friend Catherine bought The Beautiful by Renee Ahdieh, this specific copy. She bought it, and she couldn't get through it. She couldn't finish it, so she gave it to me. She was like, maybe you'll like it better than me, and so she gave it to me, and she said if I do like it to let her know. But I did like Renee Ahdieh's other series, The Wrath and the Dawn. I loved it, so I'm wondering if maybe I will like it because I already like her style, or if maybe this one just missed the mark. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm willing to give it a shot. One day I will. So that's The Beautiful. Thanks, Catherine, for the free book, even though you didn't like it. Hopefully I do. So the next book I got is Not Here to Be Liked by Michelle Quach. And I saw this one in store, and the cover really just like drew me in, and I was like, okay, I'm listening. And then I read the premise, and it also was something that piqued my interest, so I was like, yes, you're coming home with me. My computer keeps going off, I'm sorry. But this one is all about a girl. Her name is Liz, I think. Eliza, close enough. Her name is Eliza, and she is like a very good student and gets straight A's, puts in hard work for school, and she decides that she's gonna run for editor-in-chief of her school newspaper, and she's like, there's no reason why I shouldn't get it, until this ex-jock named Len decides to also run against her, and things ensue from there. I feel like this is him. Look at the smirk on his face. I just feel like they're a dynamic duo that I need in my life. So they're running against each other. And then there's another aspect of the book where Eliza is like really into this big feminist movement of her school. And so people are like, okay, well maybe, you know, she's really like a girl boss, or is she just crying like misogyny and stuff like that. So the school decides to make these two work together on a project or something. And then Eliza is like freaking out because she realizes that maybe there's more to Len than she originally thought, that he was just a dumb jock. But I just love the two like different aspects of high school, like the nerds versus like the sports players, because I feel like in high school I was the nerd and I was like in yearbook and stuff. I also did UIL for journalism, so like I feel her, okay? So this kind of struck a chord with me. I'm like, yes, I want to find out what happens. Tell me more. So that is Not Here to Be Liked. So back in November, I also got A Psalm of Storms and Silence by Roseanne Brown. This is the sequel to A Song of Rights and Ruin. The series was all about these two characters named Malik and Karina. My mind just blinked a little bit, but Malik and Karina, they were both set out for various reasons of their own to kill each other, even though they kind of found a sort of attraction to each other. So that was really interesting and the best part of the book. Sadly, the sequel I felt like did let me down a little bit. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars, I think. It wasn't, you know, bad, and the ending, the very last like chapter of this book was so good. But it, like I said, I don't think it finished as strong as it started, but this was the sequel. I do recommend this series because, like I said, the first one was brilliant and it was her debut novel. It was really good. And this was just the sequel that I picked up. Next, I've already read this one as well, and that is You've Reached Sam by Dustin Tao. And if you have not read You've Reached Sam, please go read it. Go listen to it on audio also, because that's how I originally read it, and I think that like audio was like the right way to read it. It was honestly maybe the superior way to read it, because we're really in the main character's like personal view, and it was just like really intimate, and I feel like that was a better way to read it. But anyway, I just had seen people like kind of not liking the book, and I don't get how anyone doesn't like it because it was so good. But You've Reached Sam is all about Julie. She's in high school and she has a boyfriend named Sam. One day when a tragedy strikes and happens to Sam, he's a goner, and Julie is dealing with the grief of that and everything, and then she one day just decides, you know what, I'm gonna pick up my phone and call Sam because she misses him. And she calls him and Sam is dead. And so she calls him and he answers the phone. And that drew me in. That was enough to get me to read it. But then everything else that happens, and just the style of the writing is so beautiful. I cannot recommend You've Reached Sam enough. It is just one of the best books I read last year. One of my all-time favorite books I've ever read. So yeah, there's my baby, You've Reached Sam. Please read it. Just got this book in like yesterday in the mail, but it is This Woven Kingdom by Tahira Mafi. If you saw my last video, I think it was my previous video, I did my Illumicrate unboxing. This one came in the Illumicrate January box, so this is what it looks like. This is Tahira Mafi's new fantasy series. I'm gonna get to this one soon because I love Tahira Mafi, want to see what she does with this one. And I believe this book has a more culturally grounded fantasy world, whereas Shatter Me didn't. So I'm excited to see Tahira Mafi tackle that, and she spoke a little bit about that in the like note card that came, and how she kind of regrets not using her own culture in her fantasy worlds and drawing from that. So I'm excited to see what she does with this one. I feel like she put a lot of heart into it. Can't wait. She writes beautiful because I like her writing style anyway, so that's gonna be a good one for sure. Just slammed it. The people downstairs are probably like, what's going on up there? But the next book I got was The Midnight Girls by Alicia Jasinska. This cover, 10 out of 10 cover. It's so cute. But I love Alicia Jasinska. I read her book that came out last year, which was The Dark Tide. That book was a sapphic book. This one is also another sapphic book. I love Alicia Jasinska because it seems like, I mean, all she's put out is books about sapphics, and I'm okay with that. It is great. This one on the back, it says, 2 monstrous girls, 1 heart to consume, and a rivalry that could cost them everything. So I'm feeling an enemies to lovers coming on, and it's sapphic, so I'm here for it. Again, this cover, so gorgeous. Look at them. Okay. Ooh, okay. Yes. Love this one too. I'm getting so excited about all these new books that I've like just had in a corner piled up to like talk about in a video and haven't even got to read them. So this one is When We Were Infinite by Kelly Loy Gilbert. This one is a contemporary that is gonna be pretty heavy, I already know. From what I gathered from the synopsis, there's a group of friends and they're all at this one friend's house, and a domestic like violent thing happens, and they've all seen it, and so then they just deal with the repercussions of knowing what their friends like issue at home is, and we don't get to know what it is, but I'm very intrigued, and I love books that are just set around dealing with the characters like inner dramas. Like I don't know exactly what kind of trope that is, but whenever it's something that's just like tragic and sad and heartbreaking, but the characters have to just live through it, I like that. I like to see that, so I'm gonna like to see this. Then I also got this one. It is the Ivory Key by Akshaya Raman. This one also came in the January Lemon Crate box. It is a very family-centered book that is a fantasy. Mostly it is a sibling dynamic book from what I gathered, and I can't wait to check it out because I've never heard of this author. Don't know if it's their debut or not, but this is a pretty small fantasy that I can't wait to get to. Okay, moving on, I got this book as well, The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood, and I know you've heard me talk about this one. You're probably tired of me talking about it because you're like, Andrew, shut up, we get it. You read it twice in January, you love it, whatever. But I will not shut up about it because I love it. And it's just like my new goal to get everyone in the world to read The Love Hypothesis. But this one is about Olive Smith when she is trying to get her friend to believe that she is over this guy. She's in the hallway with her friend and she picks this random guy and goes up to him and kisses him. So her friend thinks that she is over this other guy. And the guy that she kisses is a professor that is known for being like an asshole, and Olive is also attending this college. And so he is a professor at her college and they end up fake dating because he agrees. And I just think this book, let me just say, it is so freaking good. I love it. I love the characters. I love Olive Smith. I love Dr. Adam Carlson. So that's all I gotta say. It's great. I also picked up The Space Between Worlds by Micah Johnson. I remember seeing a little bit about this one for a while, and it is an adult fantasy book, I believe. Don't quote me on that if it's young adult, but I think it's adult. And I'm always into trying out some new fantasies, so that's pretty much why I picked up this one. On the back it says, my mother used to say I was born reaching, which is true. She also used to say it would get me killed, which it hasn't. Not yet, anyway. So I love that. Seems interesting. Can't wait to try it. From a past Lemon Crate box, I got A Marvelous Light by Freya Marsk. I've heard quite a bit about this one. I've just seen people loving it, but I'll be honest, I don't really know what it's about at all. So whenever I get to this one, I will go in completely blind, and I hope I like it as much as the other people that I've seen liking it. This one is really pretty though. Like the cover, the sprayed edges, oh, it's really pretty. The only other Lemon Crate book that I also have is Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. I haven't actually seen too much people saying if they liked it or not. I hope it's a good one because I have this gorgeous copy and I want to like it. It's also a big, pretty thick fantasy, so if I'm going to spend all that time reading it, I hope that I do actually enjoy it, but that is to be seen. That is for a future Andrew Reads because I don't think I'm going to get to it anytime soon. I think this is the most recent book I got, but it is Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. Like you saw when I got Verity, I think I'm just a Coho stan now, even though I've only read one of her books. That was enough for me, but I do need to try out some of her other works to know if I actually like her or not. So I picked up Reminders of Him to see if I get the same feels, if I like it just as much. I've seen positive reviews, so it's looking good. It's looking like it's gonna be a great book, so we'll see about that. So then, if you saw one of my vlogs, I did talk about these, but I got a couple books sent from Julie, who is one of my subscribers. Thank you so much again, Julie. But I got Jadefire Gold by June C.L. Tan. I don't want to mess up the name. I don't know how to say it. This one is a young adult fantasy. This one is a young adult. I can't talk. This one is a young adult. This one is this one is a young adult fantasy that I've seen going around a lot. I love the spine. I think it's gorgeous. So I'm really excited to get to this one. Julie also got me City of Bones by Cassandra Clare because, as you can see, I don't have the first hardcover of the Mortal Instruments, so this one is going to go right there, complete my collection. I'm so happy about that, and it's just a clean, super gorgeous hardcover of the Mortal Instruments first book, so really happy about that one. And then I also got Kingdom of the Cursed by Carrie Maniscalco, the second book in the Kingdom of the Wicked series. I just finished Kingdom of the Wicked in January, so I'm excited to get to this one. My friend Alex read it and she told me that it's really good, even better than the first one, and has a lot more to do with like the love interest and the our main character. We learn a lot more, so very excited to get to this one. Like really super excited. I also saw the cover of the third book coming out, Kingdom of the Feared, so that book, that cover is gorgeous, so I hope I still love this series by reading the second one and just love it even more. Alright, I picked up Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. Unfortunately, I did read this one already and I didn't like it too much. It was not my favorite book, but it is a contemporary and I do like Nicola Yoon, so I'm not mad about it. I just liked her other works and I thought they were a bit stronger, but you know, it happens. Not every book can be, you know, the best thing ever. And finally, the last book that I have picked up since last November is Our Violin Ends by Chloe Gong. This one is the sequel and finale to These Violin Delights, which is a retelling of Romeo and Juliet in Shanghai in the 1920s. So I did read this one, I DNF'd it, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try to dive back in there because I got 150 pages and I was like, this isn't doing it for me, and I wanted to cry. But you know what? I'm gonna try again one day. Maybe. Hopefully. I think I will. We'll see. So that's Our Violin Ends. I don't know what else to say. I just want to know if like Roma and Juliet die or not. That's all I want to know, and it's taking me forever to get there, so one day I'm gonna find out. I also just really want to show you guys these real quick, but I got these little notebook sets. This is the Vincent van Gogh set. Look, it has all of these covers. Look how cute. It's the paintings on the cover, and they're just regular lined journals, but I got that. I also picked up a new leather journal. I have a gray one that has a tie that I use all the time, so I thought it was appropriate to pick up a new one, but this is the one I got, and you can just untie it like that. I love the old looking feel and look of the journals. This one, the pages are just like not lined or anything, they're just old pages, so I thought that was... Did one of them just fly out? I think that was like a test page because there's no way it could have flown out of this binding. I don't know what just happened. Okay, that's all the books I got. Where are all these books gonna go? Who knows, but I'm gonna find places for them, and I'm probably gonna have to do another unhaul pretty soon to get books out, to bring more books in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down below if you've read any of these that I just hauled, or if you have any books that I should buy, even though I should not be buying more books. Let me know, because I will definitely check it out. But that's all I have to say. So as always, you can find my social media, like my Bookstagram, my Twitter, my TikTok, all down below. There's also a couple ways you can help support the channel. So if you ever want to send me a book, my Amazon wishlist is down below. I also have a Ko-fi where you can donate or buy me a coffee, and that will all go back into my channel, and I always appreciate that. But that's all I have to say. So if you